Chapter 1. Welcome to our first screencast, in which I'll demonstrate how to create a simple widget for mobile device equipped with camera. I'll be using Eclipse for JavaScript, which is a multi-platform IDE, so you can use it on Linux, Windows and Mac. Additionally, I've installed Opera Widget plugin for Eclipse, which will help me in creating the basic widget structure, editing config XML, and eventually deploying the widget. In order to begin my work, I have to create a project for my source files. To do it, I'll right-click on Project Explorer pane and select New Project. Then I will choose WAC Widget Project from Widgets folder. Next, I have to specify name of my project. I'll call it Camera Demo and click Finish. As you can see, now I have basic widget structure with separate directories for icons, scripts and styles. Index.html file was also created, and as you can see, main CSS and main.js files are already included, so I don't even have to do it myself. Editing config XML. Now, when I have my project set up, I can proceed to editing config XML. As you can see, I have a very basic config XML structure now. In order to gain access to camera object, I need to add 3 features. To add them, I move to Features tab, and as you can see, there's no features there now. To add one, I'll click Add, and in the shown dialog, I have to put URIs of needed features. I'll need Widget, Multimedia, and Camera, and each of them is represented by dedicated feature URI. Thanks to autocomplete, it's really easy to find needed features, and you don't have to go through the specification to find the needed URIs each time you want to add one. After adding these 3 features, you can see that config XML structure has changed. Remember to save the changes. Config XML is now ready for camera usage. Coding needed layout. Next, I'll prepare some layout for my camera widget. To do it, I'll move back to index.html and I'll put there 2 elements, one for preview and one for taking pictures. It will be actually a button. Remember that if you want to have your preview, you need to put a object element that will be a container for the camera preview. I'll make mine 200 by 200 pixels and I'll label it as preview. It's important because we'll use it later in JavaScript. And I'll add one button, ID shoot, and label take photo. That's all that you need for the layout. Coding in JavaScript. Now, when I have my layout ready, I can move on to coding in JavaScript. So, let's open main.js and let's put our code here. I'll start with creating a function called shoot, which will be called after the shoot button is clicked. In here, I'll make the camera object to take photo by calling widget multimedia camera capture image. This method takes 2 parameters, one responsible for the file name and second for the quality of the photo. If I pass null as the file name, I'll make the runtime to choose the appropriate file name for the captured image. Second parameter, I pass false, which will cause the API to take photos in full resolution. Secondly, I have to define a callback function which will be called after image is captured. This callback function will be called with one parameter, I'll call it file name. And now, if I want to display the captured image, I'll create a object of type image that will be responsible for displaying the image. I'll set source to the file name passed in the parameter, and to access it I'll use file protocol, which allows us to read from the device memory. And now I can append this element to the body. Okay, so now we have two functions, one responsible for capturing image, and second that will be called asynchronously after the image is taken. Now I'm left only with attaching the shoot function to the shoot button. I'll do it after the document is loaded. So let's add event listener to window on load. And now let's get the shoot button, and let's add event listener to this button. We'll wait for click event and make it call shoot function when it's clicked. Okay, the very last thing is to set the preview window. I'll do it using the set window method of camera object. So it's widget multimedia camera set window, and here I have to pass the reference to the object element that we've defined previously in index.html. Preview, and yeah, now it should work, and thanks to the OperaWidget plugin we can test it right from this IDE by clicking run. And hey, yeah, we have some preview. And now I'll click take photo, and the security warning appeared. Widget wants to capture image. Allow capturing images. Yes. And hey, yeah, success. We have a captured image displayed under the preview. So that's all for now. Thank you for listening.